Okay, guys, welcome to another day of our 3-day, 5-day, whatever glimpse into coaching group. I am here today and I want to talk to you guys about some common questions that I get from people who come to me and want to know more about coaching. And then after I tell them a little bit more, these are some of the questions, common concerns, hesitations that I get from people. And so I just wanted to lay them all out on the table for you and just have a simple conversation here about what these top 7 questions I get from those coming to me interested in the opportunity are. So number one, the first and very number one thing is the cost, okay? So if you don't know, the cost to join as a coach is $39.95. So that's your sign-up fee. That's what you will pay the day that you join as a coach. Every month thereafter, all you will pay is $15.99 a month, and that it covers your website and your coach fees. So you actually get a website as a coach, your very own website, with all of our products and everything already uploaded on it. And that is what that $15.99 monthly covers for you. So that's kind of your general idea of what it will cost you to become a coach. I see this as a very inexpensive cost when you compare it to like other network marketing or at-home businesses. Since this covers like all of your costs, plus you do not have to deal with any inventory, you get your own website, which Beachbody completely maintains for you, adds new products, changes prices, when price changes, adds promos, all that stuff, they do it all for you, and you do not have to deal with any returns or price changes. They do that all for you. You also don't need to I know I already said you don't need to hold any inventory, but a big thing for me was like, you don't have to have any like at-home parties or hit like a certain monthly minimum, anything like that. So there's not restrictions on you. It's your business. You do what you want with it, which I love that freedom. So again, that's very $40 fee to join, and then $15.99 monthly after that. I feel like that's fair price. But with that being said, I do remember when I joined, $40 was not easy to come by. So I remember my husband was working 2 jobs. I was working full time. We had a brand new baby at home. So most of our money was going to like diapers and car payments, and our bank account wasn't like fluffy or anything. So $40 was kind of a lot of money, And so I guess for me, it was more about taking that leap of faith and really believing in my why, believing in what I wanted to be a coach because of. I wanted to be a coach so I could stay home with my kids. And I've seen people do that. So like I heard a video like this, and I heard many videos like this because I researched it, and I found so many women that were able to leave their jobs and create a life of their design and not be building somebody else's dreams, but be building their own dreams. And I attached feeling to that. So I like literally had this vision where I would close my eyes and I would feel what it would feel like to wake up in the morning and not be stressed out and not be sad that I'd have to bring my kid to babysitters or be at work for 7 days in a job that I didn't really love. And so I felt what it would feel like to wake up and just be able to be home and be able to let my son sleep in and not wake him up early and just feel what that would feel like. And to me, that was motivation. And that right there gave me what am I trying to say? The belief in this business that it helped me, find that $40. And it was an investment to me. It was an investment in my future. And looking back at what that $40 investment was to me, it was so minimal compared to the many blessings that have presented themselves even within like the first 6 months of me becoming a coach. So I was able to leave my job, fire my babysitters. I was able to be home with my son. Looking at what it has done for me now, presently, after being a coach for 5.5 years, I'm in the Millionaires Club at Beachbody. I am taking multiple trips with my family to Disney every year and other places. We are completely debt-free, and more importantly, financially stress-free. For me anyways, that was a huge deal. My husband and I often had arguments about bills and what was going to get paid and what wasn't going to get paid. And so for me, being financially stress-free, I'm not really big on like having to have like all these, fancy cars and big houses and things like that. But I also am very blessed that I don't have to stress out about going to a grocery store and having my debit card be denied or not being able to pay a car payment. Or if one of our vehicles did die, I could go, it wouldn't be hard for us to go get a new car. And so those things are all things that for me are blessings. And that's where we are right now. And it all started with that $40 fee to join as a coach. So I think it's all about really just connecting that with why you want to coach. Like what is it that you want out of this? And when you do that and you really feel what it could feel like and know that it's possible, I think that $40 investment is very minimal. So number 2 is, I don't know who I would get to join me. So this was another one of mine that I personally had. I come from a very, very, very small town, as I mentioned on video on day 1 of the training. I come from a very small town, and it's very closed-minded. So people here kind of laughed at me when I joined as a coach and thought that it was funny and that, I wouldn't last long, that type of deal. And so for me, my warm market, it just wasn't a way that I was going to be able to build a business. Now, I will say I have many coaches that do have a warm market, like friends, family, aunts, extended family, maybe just like people like bus drivers for their kids, or, people in their community, and they were able to add them to their team and build a business, or at least start their business with their warm market. For me, that wasn't the case. So I turned right to social media. Again, I didn't even have a Facebook account when I joined as a coach. I had to create one and kind of just learn the ropes as I went. Lucky for you, now we have amazing trainings out there for you guys. So we'll be training you on how to use social media, how to brand yourself, how to figure out what your brand is, and who is your niche market. Like who do you want to connect with, and who would make the perfect team for you. All of those things are now going to are all readily available for you once you join as a coach on our team. So that's cool. Number 3 is, but I am not a personal trainer. So for me, this was another thing, like I mentioned earlier, I don't really love to work out. I mean, I was a runner and I like Turbo Jam, but it was like off and on. It wasn't something that I was totally passionate about. It still isn't. But for me, working out is more of I want that lifestyle. I want to create this health. I want to be healthy, and I want to live a long life and enjoy it with my family. And I want my family to do the same. So regardless of if you're a personal trainer right now, obviously if you're a personal trainer, yes, duh, this is for you. It's a great way for you to reach new people and get paid doing it, what you're already doing and you already have a passion for. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, if you have 100+ pounds to lose and you just had a baby and you don't even like working out, this is still for you, you guys, because here's the deal. Perfection doesn't make a great coach. But you know what does? Being real, being raw, and being relatable. So whether or not you are already on your journey of losing your 100 pounds, 50 pounds, 25 pounds, getting your baby body back, whatever it is, whether or not you started it or you want to start it, you could still be a coach, because the best coaches are those that are relatable, those that start their journey and share it on social media. And people can look at them and be like, I want to do that. I can relate to her struggles. I can relate to where she is right now. And I want to do this with her. I want that accountability. I want that support. So you can see how being relatable, raw, and real is really going to help you in this business, regardless of where you are right now. So number 4 is, I know a lot of coaches. So this is something that I get a lot of the time, is that people feel that there's tons of Beachbody coaches and it's kind of saturated. Well, first off, in my mind, that's crazy, because there are billions and billions and billions and billions of people in the US alone. And in today's world, so many of them are suffering from health issues, depression, financial stress, whatever. And there's no way in the world we could ever have enough coaches to help impact and touch those lives that need our help and our love. So there's no way that we could have enough coaches to do that. Secondly, you're unique, you guys. So regardless of how many coaches are living in your town right now, state, country for that matter, I don't care, they do not compare to you. One of the things you will learn real soon after signing up as a coach is how to really dial in on your brand. So what you are all about, and specifically reaching out to the crowd of people on social media that you connect with, that you have a common ground with. So the great news for you and me is that you do not have to grow this business face-to-face or with people living next door. You will be showered and just flooded with trainings and support to help you dive into social media and find a community of people that want your friendship and help. So no worries there. Number 5, but I am so freaking busy. Yeah, I know, we all are. And I'm not making a joke here. We all are literally so busy, because no matter what season of life we're in, right? You always are super busy. We live in a world where we're forced to think that we need to always feel rushed and stressed. Whether you are a working mom, full-time student, stay-at-home mom, you are busy, but you can still do this. The key is to really dial in on why you want this. What are your dreams? What do you want this for? What, because when those dreams, what will it feel like when those dreams become your reality? Really attach emotion and feeling to your dreams. I say when because it's totally possible for you guys. Once you figure that out, it'll drive you. It will force you. It will propel you forward. Once you have all this fire lit inside of you, well, then I have resources to help you really make the biggest strides with your business in the least amount of time. Although I am not going to go into detail with this right now, when you join the team, you will have created something called a power hour. It is a list of actions that you do when it was a list of actions that I did when I started coaching, but I still do to this day. And it takes literally 1 hour a day. So awesome, right? Anybody can fit that in. And the great part about this is it can fit into 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, 30 minutes here, an hour here. If you have more time, 2 hours, whatever it takes, you just do more and you do what you can do. But it's your schedule, your time. So this revolves, right now you'll have a power hour and it will revolve around where you currently are. But if you do it now and you're consistent with it and you stick to it, guess what, you guys? In a very short period of time, you'll be able to revolve your work around your family. So your family comes first, as it should, and your work will sprinkle in, okay? So this power hour is a lifesaver. And if you join as a coach, obviously we have one-on-one calls and we'll go over all of those details then and really dig into what is on that power hour and how you do it. If you have any questions about that, particularly the power hour, definitely ask and I will share with you. So I am so shy though, okay? So this is another one, number 6. I am so shy. So guess what? Me too. I am such an introverted person. Like after this video, I'm probably going to have to go and decompress for like 2 hours, but no, probably not. But just kidding. But for real, I am a very shy person in most situations. One of the best things about coaching is that it can be done 99% on social media. So before you ever even talk to somebody in person, or even if you do talk to that person in person, you can chat with them through a Facebook message or an Instagram chat. How cool, right? So you already get to know this person, you know about them, all that kind of how do you start up a conversation, all that stuff is out the door. You don't even have to worry about that. So also coming from someone that tends to be very shy, this business has been a huge in helping me grow as a woman and step outside the little box, right? I know that this is an uncomfortable situation. To be honest, making these videos is a bit uncomfortable. But for me, still, I know that the more I do it, the better I get at it and the better I feel about myself and the easier it becomes. So here we go. So I'm sorry, my son's walking in the background. He just got home from school, so I'm trying to get through this. Okay, 1 second, okay, babe? Okay, number 7, but what if I fail? So this one to me, I save for the end, but it's super important. So you might not. Who cares though, right? Failure is not a negative thing. I know for so many years, I went on thinking that failure meant that I was done, it was over, I failed, right? Every time you fail, you grow, you guys. Failures are basically your stepping stones in this business. You will fail along the way. I'm not here to promise you won't, because I'm promising you will. But again, those failures are your stepping stones, and they're stepping stones to great, amazing things. So again, if you have a desire, heart, passion inside of you for more, for something bigger than failure, nothing will hold you back, okay? The only time you fail is when you give up instead of growing from those failures and learning from them. When you sign up on this team, we're actually going to talk a lot about your why and your goals and your dreams and really attach feelings and emotion to them like we talked about earlier. We do this because I know that on this journey, you are going to fail. You are going to have moments where you feel like you want to give in and quit. But with that inside of you, with that passion inside of you and that feeling of where you want to take your life and what you want for your family, that is going to propel you forward. That's going to move you forward. So my advice to you is to not fear the failures, but instead embrace them, whether that is with this coaching opportunity or whatever direction you go in moving forward. Okay, so I'm done with all this stuff, and I hope that I answered a lot of the questions that you have that you've had on this about this as we're going through this training right now. But I'm sure there's other ones, so be sure to comment below this video and just let me know what your questions are, and I would love to talk to you. If you don't want to comment below, simply PM me. Personal message me here on Facebook, and I will definitely get in touch with you and answer those questions for you. So it was really fun talking today, and I will be back tomorrow to share some more stuff with you. But in the meantime, any questions, be sure to ask. Have a great night, guys.